to leave, already packed.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I am here to do my weekly check-in for the first week of March. So if you haven't already checked out, I did just recently post a video where I went through and tracked all of my transactions. I just pulled up my credit card statement and put in all of my expenses. I also put in some sinking fund transactions as well. So definitely go check that out. I'll go through kind of how we do things, the timing of bills, that type of stuff. But like I said, today we're gonna go ahead and just take a look at what we spent so far. So I'll be flipping back and forth. I will try and zoom in when possible. The categories that I like to track for my weekly check-ins are groceries, eating out, household, gas for my cars, and then unbudgeted. So these are all variable expenses for me, which means that on a monthly basis, these amounts can vary depending on what my spending is. So I like to keep a pretty tight leash on what we spend and just kind of know at any given point during the month where we stand when it comes to certain expenses. Groceries, eating out, household, those things can get out of hand very quick. Like if you are going out and spending a lot of money on eating out every single day, it can add up very quickly. So I feel like this is important for us, just, you know, for those reasons, but also we do have financial goals. We really would like to pay off our house as soon as possible. And so keeping a close eye on some expenses can give us a little heads up when it comes to some of those goals. So let's go ahead and take a look. So groceries are going to be in blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my calculator and just start adding some stuff up. So $48 was for hot lunch for my oldest daughter's lunches. And then we spent $78.47 at Aldi. We spent $78.33 at Woodman's, $91.83 at Aldi, and $18.56 at a deli by us. So that was a total of $315.19. The first week of the month is always a little bit more expensive because of that hot lunch, but we do budget $1,000, which means that we have a remaining balance of $684.81. So that is what we have remaining. Now, I like to always take a look at what we have left, you know, going forward in terms of weeks. So we have 1, 2, 3 weeks remaining. So divide that by 3, which means that we have roughly $228.27 remaining per week. We don't really keep too close of an eye on like weekly spending because it does kind of vary. Like I feel like in the beginning of the month we stock up on certain things, but it is good to know just kind of like, okay, if we have an Aldi trip and a Woodman's trip of about $100 each, we'll be fine. We are going to be going on spring break as well. So our budget will be a little bit different because of that, because we'll be eating more meals as a family with Jason's parents instead of like, you know, stocking up on groceries. So we'll kind of see how that impacts our grocery budget for March, but that is that. And I did go ahead and check off each item as I went through just so I know where I left off. So after this weekly check-in, when I start putting in some more expenses, I will know that I ended on the 6th, and anything on the 7th and after is going to be stuff that I need to include in my next weekly check-in. Okay, so next we're gonna look at eating out. That's gonna be in pink. So we had $13.76, $18.44, $14, $9, $20.29, and then we did just go to get froyo. That was $12.43. So that brings us to a total of $87.92. We do budget $300 for that, so that means that we have $212.08 remaining, and we do like to look at that in terms of weeks as well, and that's normally I look at the weekend. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, divide that by 4, we have about $53.02 per weekend. So not bad. We will definitely have to scale back a little bit compared to like what we did the first week. We definitely do not need to be getting Dunkin' for breakfast. That's kind of a special thing, especially when we don't have a ton of groceries. But anyway, that is that. And then for household, we've had a lot of random things. So $23.90 here. $7.35 for tissues at Walmart. $53.85 for Amazon. That was for a water filter for our fridge. $12.93 for an air filter. And then books for the girls, $23.61, which brings us to a total of $121.64. We do budget $200 for households. So that means we have $78.36. I don't take a look at that in terms of weeks because that's not really relevant for like a weekly basis. But that is good to know where we stand because we do have a few things that may come up that we will need to purchase. And so I just like to have an idea of like where we stand with that. Next is gas for our cars. So this is going to be anything in green, and it looks like Jason and I both filled up our cars. So $38.57 for the RAV4 and then $23.22 for the Prius, which brings us to a total of $61.79. We do budget, let's see, $175 for cars. So that means we have $113.21 remaining. And again, we don't look at that per week. I know some people will go and do all of their fill ups and stuff like every Sunday so that when you drive in, you have like driving to work, you have enough gas and all of that. That's not something that we do. So we just kind of wing it and fill up when we need to. So we do have $113.21 remaining, and I think that'll be plenty for us, especially because we will be renting a car and driving to Colorado, and that will be included in entertainment and vacation. We do not have anything unbudgeted. I don't know if there's gonna be much unbudgeted because of the way that I'm doing my budget going forward. So one thing that like typically would be under this section would be the girls' registration for school. So I just got an email from their school saying you can register students, and this year we have to register Macy and Mila, and we do have to pay for that. That's just gonna go under activities, I think, because, and that's part of our sinking funds when we do register them. And I might just wait and like hold off and do that in in April. But yeah, I'm kind of being a little bit creative with like how, if it's something for the girls and it's like an activity or school related, I think I'm gonna put it under activities in their sinking fund. If we can like swing it, I try and put as much as we can in household, especially if it's something related to like, you know, maintaining our home or whatever. Like normally I would take water filters and air filters out of home maintenance, but we're not really contributing to that right now. So anyway, we're spending the money regardless. It's just where I'm putting it and allocating it is the big thing. So those are variable expenses. And then in terms of sinking funds, I did mention this in my tracking video, but we did end up paying our Costco membership. So that was $65. I did have marked that I was gonna put an additional $5 here, but I decided when I did my sinking funds that I'm going to stop contributing small amounts to like little things here and there. $65 every March is not going to break our budget. So I think we're just going to pay that $65 when it comes due instead of having like a small amount just accruing or like adding up as time goes on. But this is kind of where we stand right now. We have spent a total of $227 on activities. That is $178 for tumbling and then $49 for Planet Fitness. I think normally it's only supposed to be a 20-something dollars, but there is a fee. So that is the like extra fee that you have to pay. And then I mentioned the Costco membership. The girls and Jason did go see a movie, so that came out of entertainment and vacation. So nothing really else should be coming and going out of sinking funds. Like I mentioned, we do have a trip coming up, so we will be using entertainment and vacation. We are still like putting money aside for trash and water for the time being. And then for Christmas and gifts, I have a feeling that we're gonna be cutting that and just not contributing the $500 for that. Christmas and gifts is for Christmas and also the kids' birthday parties, other people's birthday parties, any type of anniversary. It encompasses a lot, but there are other opportunities throughout the year where we can contribute more to that, and I think that's kind of what we'll do. So anyway, that is my little check-in for the first week of March. Let me know how you guys are doing for the first week of March. I did just go through and track all of my stuff for March, and I feel so much better once that process is done. So if you have not done that already, go ahead, go track your expenses, do a little weekly check-in, see where you stand, and then use that information to make decisions going forward. I like doing this because then I know, okay, we have X amount of money left for groceries or X amount of money for household. And so if something comes up and I'm like, oh, you know, we need to buy this. Oh, I remember checking in, we only have like less than $100 for household. So like maybe we can hold off on that. Just a great way to make informed decisions, I think. Anyway, that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking.